Just weirdly enough, we had 2 people on our team get into car accidents on the way here.
Yes.
So,
oh my
prayers
gosh.
for Aaron Schlake and Michelle Gonzalez. They both have not had a good day. They're both okay, but my goodness, weird little twisted events. So we'll be thinking of them. I think that the holdup on Dodge was Aaron Schlake's accident.
Yes.
But she's okay, and I don't believe it was her fault, and so hopefully everything will work out well, but that's a bummer. But welcome. I see a lot of new faces in the room, so for those of you that don't know me, I'm Sarah Seamer. This is Tracy Cartwright. We are sideline teams, but we are all one team. Doesn't matter whose team you're on. We all like to help each other. We love doing these meetings together, and I love seeing all these faces. Just kind of wanted to welcome you all. We had some promotions last month, and actually a few of them aren't here that planned to be here, and some of that was because of the accidents. But I know Amanda Roush, her husband Eric Roush, who is not here, promoted to Ruby. I know, because he should be recognized for all his hard work. Absolutely.
I agree, that's crazy.
Yes.
That's awesome. Usually the lives of
And Kelly Johnson
husbands
is his
doing
executive. So she went executive last month. And she's out of town. She's in Illinois. She's in Illinois. She's not here. They're not here yet.
Traffic is snagging a lot of people.
Yeah, I guess it was bad. Obviously.
Awesome.
Yeah, maybe I'll do some announcements at the end if people are here.
Why not?
That'll work.
I would wait a little bit though.
Okay, so next, we're just going to start off with just the basic here. Steps to success is what we're going to start with. That's our kind of home plate. That's everything that we are doing every single month and everything that we care about. Amanda Roush is going to come up and speak a little bit about it for us. She completed her Steps to Success last month. For those of you that are new and you don't know what they are, she's going to explain that here. But just know if you didn't complete your Steps to Success, it's okay. I didn't. Last month I tried. I didn't. Amanda Roush is a rock star though, and she usually does, so I thought there's no one better than her to talk about it.
Get up here and talk for hours. Hey everybody. Okay, does everybody know what the steps to success look like? Have your sheets with you? Well, this is what they look like. First and foremost, this is the main front of our business. Every single person, this is our goal every single month. Whether you're an executive, distributor, or you're an ambassador diamond, everybody completes the same, their goal is to complete these same things. So step number 1 is we're going to run an 80 BB auto ship. That's an auto ship that's based on your personal product that you're using, as well as at least a box of wraps that you can be turning around and selling product for, wrap cash and all that fun stuff. 80 BB is bonus volume, so it's basically around $100, $120 a month-ish. I know I spend way more than that because I just use more than that.
Me too, I don't know.
Step number 2, this is the fun part, is you're going to wrap 4 people. You're going to get 4 people to join you as loyal customers. In case you don't know what a loyal customer is, that's one person is going to order at least 1 item a month for 3 consecutive months, and that's a loyal customer. So when you gather 4 in your first 30 days, you get $120 in free product. And then you get wrap rewards or applicator rewards, which are boxes of wraps for $25 a piece. Now, step 2, this is what I just started adding in, is next to them, when you sign them up, their name goes on here, and then I usually place my loyals under distributors, just for filling boxes and stuff like that. And I could never keep track of them. Does anybody else have that problem? You lose them, and then you can't follow up, and you forgot, oh yeah, you had a customer 8 months ago. And you feel really bad because you forgot about them. So, this month I started writing next to their names where they got placed. And then I keep these in a little binder, and I have them on hand now, so I can flip back through the months and remember I need to follow up with so-and-so or whatever. And step 3 is finding 3 teammates that want to do the business with you. And once they complete their first 2 steps, you're going to get a $100 fast start bonus. Each time, that's forever, so however many distributors you sign, you get their first 2 customers. They run their 80 BD auto ship, you get a $100 bonus for teaching them these steps. Then on the back, I write down potentials that I talked to this last month who didn't sign up. So that way when I go back in the next couple months, I can look through and say, oh, I need to follow up with so-and-so. They're not a loyal or a distributor yet. I'll invite them to my wrap party or whatever. It's just a great memory because otherwise you're scrolling through Facebook messages and it resets and you have to do it all over again and it's really annoying. So this is a great way to have to avoid that. So, any questions? Everybody got it?
Thank you, Mia. Okay, so I'll have Tracy come up here. Just because I think we're missing a few of the people that we were going to have speak tonight, but we wanted to kind of start off with what we wish we would have known in this business. You know, we all kind of look back to that day and we think, oh, I was so dumb, I wish I would have known it. Or I could have done so much better had I known that. So we all, you know, want to do our best, and I want to hear from kind of different people, and I asked a few of you to speak. Michelle was actually one of them, so she obviously isn't going to be here tonight. But just kind of see what you all think you wish you would have known. And if you have something that's kind of a burning thing, go ahead and kind of shout that out. We'll give everybody kind of 1 to 2 minutes to go over what they wish they would have known. I'm going to, in place of Michelle, I'm going to talk a little bit about what I wish I would have known. For me, it was that corporate events are worth it. I did not realize how worth it is to get your butt to a corporate event. I didn't know that going to a conference was going to change my business the way that it was. I really thought, you know, I feel like I'm doing all right. I'm plugged into the pages. I'm going to the meetings in Omaha. I should be good to go. I know enough. And I got there. I was kind of, everyone was like, you're going. You have to go. And I thought it's just a rah-rah, sis-boom-bah thing. I don't need it. And I got there and everything changed. I understood so much more about my business. I understood more about my customers and their perspective. I understood more about the products, what was in them, than I ever would have before. And you hear that, you know, from the people that develop them. So, let alone just being in a room full of 10,000 people that are like-minded and think just like you, and the energy that's in there. And you're going to look around and you're going to see names like Lydia Diaz, Mark Pentecost, Stephanie Dunn. You'll feel like, I mean, to me, they are like rock stars. I mean, these are people that, you know, Madra makes, what does Madra make now? $400,000 a month.
What? Seriously?
Yeah.
See, I anticipated
She's one of
it.
our
That's
top earners. Cammie Dempsey is also on the same level with her.
How long has she been doing it? 2 years.
She's only been in 3.5 years.
Or 3.5. Oh, yeah.
3.5 years.
And she said no multiple
And she
times.
said
We gotta catch up.
multiple times. She was a salon owner and had no reason. She just didn't even want to do it. And someone was really,
girls. That's where we
consistent with her, and they were smart to be. So that really is what I want to say, is just get to corporate events. Please get to conference in January. Beg, borrow, steal, sell some stuff at, you know, Big Wheels to Butterflies. I don't care what you gotta do.
Yeah.
Just get there.
We can drive.
So.
But it costs the same amount almost.
Mine is, I think you're going to cover it later, and it comes in the form of a book called GoPro by Aaron Morey. So we'll cover mine later. We've asked, let's see, ask some people up. I've asked Michelle Carpenter and Holly and Cindy, and my person is not here. And Maggie, where's Maggie? There she is. Okay. So, yeah, if you guys would come up here and just take just a minute or two and show us a couple extra and what they wish they would have known. We've got people who've been in here for a little while, and Maggie's a little bit newer, so I wanted some different perspectives. So.
In front of me. Nicole, when you're done. I don't know what about the microphone. It's kind of intimidating. Mine was just to let y'all know it'll get easier. My husband, when I first signed up, he was deployed, and I told him what I did after I enrolled. And he said, okay, well, whatever keeps you sane while I'm gone. And then he got home, and I was so busy running with my business. He got home from his deployment. I was like, oh, good, you're here. Great, the kids need help. And, the kitchen's a mess, so if you could just get on that. And he wasn't very happy with me at that point. The laundry was piling up. We were eating pizza every night for dinner. It was really bad. I remember him walking into the bedroom, and I was on my computer messaging away, and he was like, babe, you have got to do the laundry. Please, you need to go grocery shopping. We have no food. And
I told him, I said, I'm working right now, and I can't do those things. Right now I'm running. So you're just going to have to wait till I'm diamond. And I said, just let me get my good bonus. Let me just run as hard as I can for the next, I think it was 30 more days or something. And I did get diamond, and I did get to my $10,000 bonus.
Yay.
And I asked him just the other day about it. I'm a double diamond now. And I asked him if it was worth it. I said, do you remember when the laundry was piled up this high and there was like 3 trash bags full of trash that weren't taken out, and we were eating pizza every night, and you cooked dinner and cleaned up after it and put the kids to bed? And he says, yeah, I remember. And I said, okay, well, was it worth it? And he looked me right in the eye and he said, absolutely. Absolutely. The amount of freedom that we have at this point financially, we can go out to eat if we want to, we can have money in savings, we're getting debt paid off, is absolutely worth it. So if your husband or your wife, if you're a male distributor, if they're putting pressure on you to maybe not spend so much time with the business, it will be worth it. Just keep on running. So that's my advice.
That's what I said too.
So I was thinking about this, and mine isn't so much about what I wish I would have known, it's what I wish I would have done. And I was my biggest obstacle. You know, when I talk to my team now, I'll say, hey, don't do this, or don't spend your time on this. And I say it because I've been there. I tried to reinvent the wheel. And you know what? What we have works for a reason. Because look at everybody in this room and all the people above us. I tried to look at different ways to do it, and it was just ridiculous. I wasted so much time. I wasted time on the Facebook pages. I wasted time doing non-productive activities. So mine is more, I needed to A, work with intention, and B, I needed to get over myself. And if I can tell you one thing from the last year and a half, get over yourself. And a no isn't going to kill you. One of my first no's to a blitz, I remember calling Tracy going, I'm alive, I didn't die. But we build that up so high in our head. And for what? It's just one person. And a lot of those people that said no, believe it or not, they're coming back. So that's my words of wisdom.
Okay. Mine, I guess, is, I know we get so excited about signing those distributors, and I think one thing I've learned over the last year and a half is it's okay to be picky. It is your business. Because if you just sign anybody and everybody a year down the road, you're going to end up being like, wow, I'm rebuilding because everybody has quit. So when you're looking at those new distributors that are interested in the business, make it, interview them in a way. I mean, yes, they can spend their $99 however they want to, or boost, or whatever they want to do, but, bring people into the business that, want it like you do, and I try to interview these people now that are interested, and I'm so honest with them about the work that you do put into it. Yes, it's easy, but it is hard work. And if you really want to make this your sole income, and you want to retire your husband, and, just all of these other amazing things, you really have to be picky about who you bring into your business. So
I'd second that, because everybody I brought in initially is gone. And it's because I didn't do that.
yeah. And I would definitely agree with that. And it definitely teach, building your own business. That's what this is, building your own business. Yes, it's great to help your team, but help your team as a leader, not building them, I guess. It's nice to help out, yes, but match their efforts. And I think that's probably the best thing I've ever heard from any event I've ever gone to, is just match those distributors' efforts.
Yeah.
Touching on what you said a little bit, when I first started, I didn't realize what a thick skin I would need for this. because so many of my family members and my friends have just not been supportive, or they're saying it's a pyramid scheme, or it's a scam, or it's a quick fix.
Yeah.
And I'm trying not to be bitter towards them.
It's annoying, isn't it? Yeah.
It's awful. But yeah, I just have been trying to get over it, and I hit them with the facts before I move on, and I just don't let it bother me. So that's what I wish I could do.
Because your friends and your family are so like.
Kind of what you touched on, keep it simple. I tried to reinvent the wheel as well. My first wrap party by myself without Mandy was in Oklahoma with my family, and I was still terrified even though it was my own family, and I thought I needed so much information so that if they had any questions I would know exactly how to answer it. So I had just bought a new printer, and I printed off probably 10 copies of every ingredient list.
Oh my goodness.
And
That's a lot of ink.
That's a lot of ink. And ended up throwing all those away because I still, a year later, have not needed them. And so now when I go to wrap parties, I take, my Fat Finder demo, my greens, and my greens choose for samples, but then I just have one simple little half-inch green binder that I got from Target. I have a little laminated copy of each ingredient list so that in case somebody does want to know the ingredients, I have that in there. And then just a couple before and after pictures, and then distributor information. That's all I take with me, and it has helped a lot. I don't have a whole suitcase to carry with me now.
So it won't get messed up.
My thing that I wish I would have known at the beginning is that we have to reach out to people about this business. I think I just thought, you can kind of sit back and people are going to say, hey, what are you doing? I want to do this with you. And it's going to be so easy, And sure, you'll have those people. I have had a stranger from Lincoln call me and sign up that night because she wanted to do it. I don't know how she found me. I should ask her. But, that's not the norm. And something that I always do when I'm reaching out to someone, especially someone who hasn't even shown interest, but who I know would be good at this business for whatever reason, is I always give them a compliment that relates to a skill that will help them in this business. And when I was thinking about this today, I realized that my upline did that the day that I very reluctantly signed up at her house. But her and her upline said, you're into health and fitness, you would be great at this. And I was like, really? I don't think I know how to sell anything. And maybe it was that they had said that kind of pushed me to take that leap, even though I really didn't believe in myself. And so, I just think that's important. And always be genuine. I mean, don't say to a shy person, you're so outgoing, you're going to do great. That person who is so outgoing and who's just a natural networker and talks to everyone, tell them that. Because a lot of people look at this and think, well, network marketing or sales, I wouldn't be good at that, not realizing that they do possess a lot of skills or traits that would make them really good at it. And so I think we kind of have to call that out of people and help them see, oh, that would make me good at this, So that's the thing.
Kristen Jansen, there you are. Can you speak up here? Yeah, this is my other one. Maybe? I don't really amazed. I just got here.
I was just listening to the tail end and pretty much agree with these girls. One thing that I want to add is I would say just keeping it simple. I think at the beginning we just are so excited and we want to, we should be asking everyone, but I know I did, I'm word vomited. And I know I turned so many people off that are now contacting me again that are wanting, they've seen me do this for over a year. So I would say using a third-party tool, whether it's your upline, to do a 3-way call, to invite them to the opportunity, send them to a video of some sort, like a YouTube video, a call, they have tons of calls, prospecting calls. Just invite them to listen. And it puts the pressure off of you so you don't feel like you have to know everything. So that would be my biggest tip right now. It's been working for me really well the past 6 months that I've been using it, and I'm thinking, why didn't I do this at the beginning? So, that's my tip.
Yours are better.
Stay close.
Okay, so something just to kind of add, something maybe we wish we would have known. Carla kind of has that story. I wanted her to come up, Carlos Girsi, and talk a little bit. She's an LC sign-in machine and recently a DT sign-in machine, and she kind of has a good story for those of us that kind of struggle with that. So.
I really like what Nicole Heim said just now, because that's kind of what I was building off of whenever Hillary ran into me at the diaper aisle at Walmart. We knew each other, but we hadn't seen each other for a while, so I asked what she did, and she told me what she was doing, and probably what everyone thinks when you find out what this is. You're like, really? That's lame. I didn't know anything about it. I just seen it on Facebook. I thought it was ridiculous. But she was so confident and excited and genuine and honest about it when she was talking to me. And she gave me some greens. I went home and tried them, and I was like, I could get everybody to do these. These are awesome. So I invited her over, and literally she talked about the business the whole time. Even at Walmart, she talked about the business opportunity, not about the products and everything she could tell me about the products. You got to try this, and you got to try that. It was about the big picture. And I kind of got the big picture, and she got me excited about it. And after doing a little research and using some of the products, I was like, yeah, this is something. So I jumped on, started signing loyal customers. I was a sign-in machine, and I had 20-some loyal customers after the first, 3 to 4 months or whatever. I was making a good little paycheck, but I couldn't sign a distributor to save my life. And every time that point came up, I was nervous, and I didn't know what to say, and I kind of froze up. And it's like, I said the words, but they were very robotic, and I wasn't very genuine about it. And I was excited for myself, but I couldn't get that to come across to people. So my big aha moment and my light bulb moment was, I don't know, back in March, April, I just started thinking, why am I doing this? Like, what's my goal? I always had goals every month. I'm signing loyal customers. I want to get this many. I want to try and get this many distributors. I want to be this ranked by this certain time. Those are all great goals to set. Everyone should be setting them. I still do. But I feel like I was getting hung up on those, and I was in this pigeonhole, and I was just looking at those goals, and I was small-minded. And I started thinking about, what do I really want? What do I want a year from now, 5 years from now, 10 years from now, 20 years from now? Because I'm here. I'm here to stay, and I'm going to do this. And I watched a video today from Nathan Dempsey. I'm sure some of you guys saw that. And I love what he said, because it's exactly what went through my mind when I started thinking about this, what I want long term. He said, it only takes a small piece of the pie in a billion-dollar or trillion-dollar company to make a lot of money. Yep. And that's huge to me. And I'm a small piece of the pie, and I'm hopefully going to get bigger. But that completely changed my mindset when I started looking at it like that. I educated myself on why this is a good opportunity, why this is a great company to work for. If you're going to work for an MLM, if you're going to do this, why this is the one to do it with. And I educated myself. Once I did that, I was thinking, are you stupid? Why aren't you signing up to be a distributor? And that was my mindset, and I totally flipped. Like, now I can only sign distributors, and it's hard to find a loyal customer. Because everybody I talk to becomes a distributor now. So, literally, I've been in this since November. And I also love what Nicole said. I think of this real quick. Whenever I talked to Hillary the first time, she never looked at me as a loyal customer. She always looked at me as a distributor. She planted that seed the first time we talked about it. I didn't even know it, and I didn't even want to hear anything about the products, but she planted that seed because she knew that I would come around, and I think that's huge. So plant the seeds, talk to people about it, and just be confident. Educate yourself. I've been in since November. I signed a ton of loyal customers, but obviously I did not go up in rank because I had 0 distributors, and became an executive in, was that like May or something? And now I'm Ruby, and so that's awesome, and I'm just growing and growing, and so yeah, I'm almost, hopefully, soon to be Emerald next month, so that's exciting. I guess what I would say, just educate yourself, be confident with what you have, because it's awesome, and be genuine, be honest, and just tell people about it in that way, and people will take it in a good way, and that's what's worked for me.
Thank you. She's making sweet bells. You didn't ask me for it.
Okay,
Yep.
So I want to talk a little bit about booking parties. It seems
Here
to
we
be
go.
something that everyone kind of says, how do you book so many parties? I just can't book a party to save my life. And maybe you go through a time when you're booking a ton and then it kind of drops off. You feel like you've gone through your people and you don't know where else to turn. I want to start off just saying, start off with a calendar. What has helped me, and even recently, because I have gone through a lot of my warm market. I've had to sit down, open up my calendar, and look at what dates can I actually do a party first, and highlight those dates. Because I would run into people, and I would say, you should go to a party. You know, yeah, you want to wrap? I'll wrap you for free. Just have a few people over. And they go, okay, when? And I go, let me get back to you. And that's no way to do it. You need to say, okay, when? Well, let me pull out my phone, my little black planner. I don't care if it's scribbled on a piece of paper. I've got the 18th, the 23rd, you know, and the 28th open. What night works for you? Give 2 or 3 options. But if you don't have an idea when you want to even do a party in that month, maybe you're having a busy month, you're going to let it go. Like I found that I would let that month go and not book parties that month because I would just, it's just too much sometimes to think about. So start there. Then I think it's important to ask for a favor. Okay, I think we all go through our warm market and we go, now what do we do? Well, you go through and you call up the people that owe you a favor. And you call it in. And you say, you know what? You get real excited about it. And you say, I know, I'm calling you to have a party. I'm just going to tell you, be upfront about it. Don't call them and beat around the bush. Just say, I'm calling and I have a favor for you, to ask of you. And in return, you know, I'm going to wrap you for free. Sometimes I throw in little sample bags. I like to use those little It's Vital with the, 4 or 5 different vitamins in the little pack. Seal, those are great samples. The greens are samples. The greens chews are samples. You know, if you can eventually afford to buy those little mini defining gels, whatever you can do.
Can you buy those?
Put something together. Put a Blitz card in there, and tell them all they're going to go home with something good. Also, dangle in front of them the fact that they can get unlimited wraps. So you have 3, 4 girls over. They all sign as loyal customers. You're going to get a free box of wraps for each one of them. Okay, so make sure they know that. Make sure maybe they're not wrap people. I think they can also buy facials.
I think it's.
Is that right,
I was going to
Tracy?
ask that. It's
I think they can do facials too.
Well, they
choose
can get a
either
box of
facial.
wraps or $35 in per point.
I was
So they
thinking
can buy
facials
whatever
or
they
wraps
want.
or no? Okay.
Yeah, they can get whatever they want.
Okay. And I would just dangle that in front of them. And of course it is, or they can have $35 just in, you know, just in a little product shopping spree. So I start there. Next is going to be, you know, kind of linked together what it would mean to you. You know, so if I called my aunt today and I said, and this is very true, and I'm going to do this tomorrow. My aunt has not had a party for me. My very own aunt, and I don't have very many aunts in the world, she has not had a party for me. So I'm going to call her tomorrow and I'm going to say, I'm not going to lie, I'm going to guilt her a little bit. I'm going to say, you're like the only person on the planet that hasn't had a party for me. And I know you love me, and it would mean the world to me if you would just have a few people over. Would you do this for me? You know, you've got to relate to people in that way. Let them know that it means something to you. I don't think she realizes. She thinks I'm busy out doing my rap thing, and she doesn't need to have one for me. Well, yeah, you do. You're going to have one. So. Next, I would say, okay, so strategies for cold market. You know, we're all out there, we're blitzing, we've gone through our warm market, now what do I do about my cold market? So the best thing I can tell you is start looking into expos. Okay, that's number one. And I can get into what you can do at expos, but I'd be here for an hour. We can talk about it, you can ask your upline, we have documents on it. You can get some serious parties from expos if you work it right. Lead boxes. I have lead boxes all around town. Put a few here, put a few there, and they all say, you know, enter to win a free wrap. And I do a weekly drawing, and I'm honest about it. I really do draw a free wrap. And usually, I can get that person to have a party because they want me to get that wrap to them. So I'll say, are you in town? And they usually are. Okay, great. Let me drop that off to you. What's your address? I want to put that on you so you can see how you're going to wrap when I get there. And then after that, you might want to wrap some more. So if you want to have a few friends over, you could even get another one for free for doing that. Okay, so I love to do the lead box thing. You can even do a mystery hostess party. So get a few people together and say, someone here is going to be the mystery hostess. I usually do three prizes for those that attend, do a medium prize for those who purchase, and a free wrap for the one that purchases the most, and they're pretty much the mystery hostess. So everyone kind of feels like they're going home with something. Send them home with sample bags. Get people excited that way. Make it a sample party. People love that. They don't feel like they have to buy something as much or buy something that they don't know if they want, if they get to sample it. So those are just some ways to book parties, but the biggest thing I can tell you is you have to ask. I think it's so hard to get over the fact that I have to ask someone to do something for me. But I think if you think back on your day today, think back on how many people asked you to do something for them today. And we kind of overanalyze it and we think, here, I'm putting this on someone. I'm making them have a party for me. What if they don't want it? What if they're busy? Come on, everybody wants to try this wrap. It's $25. You're not asking them to buy, a $200 product, which we know that there's companies out there with those. So you kind of have to just put it in perspective. Sometimes I think it was just set up here, we get hung up on it. We overanalyze it. We make it bigger than it is. You just have to ask. And a lot of the times when you're having a hard time booking parties, no secret, you're just not asking. So those are all of my little party tips. I think after this, one other thing I was going to say, if something fails, if someone literally says, I do not have time, can't do it, maybe my house is dirty, number one, offer to have it at your house. Number two, online party. Go to the online party option. And usually if you've asked them to have a home party and they've told you no, at that point they can't say no to an online party. They've already told you no to a home party and you've given them a very easy way out. So flip that into an online party and don't have them invite all 560 of their friends, okay? Just say, I would love for you to have an online party and maybe invite 10 to 12 people that you really think, would want you to get some free product. Okay, so do that. Yeah.
Can I ask you a question?
Sure.
With the lead boxes, what type of places do you approach? How do you talk to them about, potentially having a box in their business?
I love any place that has a waiting room. I don't care if it's a place to get your oil changed, post offices, tanning salons are great because people are sitting around waiting and they care about how they look. Yeah, daycares. I mean, you name it. Anything that has a waiting room, if you can get a doctor's office to let you put one in there, wonderful. Definitely chiropractors. And I've gotten a couple of chiropractors to let me put lead boxes in there. And that can turn into so much more because as they see people maybe putting in a ticket, they're going to go, oh, there's some interest there. And that's something that you can come back and look at when you gather those lead boxes and see that their customers have asked for more information or have entered it to win a free wrap. That's a good time to say, wow, how nice. Thank you so much for letting me have this. I see here I've had, 8 people or whatever it is, enter to win. Have you thought about this? This would be a great addition to what you're doing. So,
how long do you leave them there?
I leave them there for a full week. So I drop them off, leave them there about 6 days, and then pick them up on the 7th, do my drawing, and call whoever won.
And what exactly do you say to them? You just walk in and say, hi, I'm Crazy Rat Girl, can I put this on the counter?
I just walk in and say, I am so busy and I just started a new business and I'm trying to look for different ways to market my business. It's a new product to the area. Yep. Would you care if I put this, it's a very professional looking box. I got it off of leadbox.com. Would you care if I did this? Your customers will earn a free wrap, one customer, one per week. And usually, if they say no, they say no. But a lot of times they say, yeah, I don't mind. You see them everywhere. Nail salons in their bathrooms. It's a great place to put them. If anyone has ideas, shoot them out. I think someone over here.
Do you offer them like a wrap or anything to let you put in there, or they just generally let you do it?
No, I don't offer a wrap. I'm just really sweet and nice.
Kill them with
I've got
kindness.
one of mine up at a gym.
What? Oh, she's got one at a gym. Anybody else have any lead boxes out? Other than...
I have one in my husband's tattoo shop.
Oh, one
I have
in
cards.
the tattoo shop. That's genius. Veterinarian office.
Tattoo?
Hillary has one at her parents' restaurant. In the women's bathroom. We should have one. Why don't we have one in DJ's women's bathroom?
I can go put one.
I'm still that. I should have one. Good idea. So, the possibilities are endless, but why not? Why not
No,
try
I've been doing
and
wraps
see what
on
you
them.
find? So.
That's good. And I took pictures of it, posted it, so I'm already having guys
All right, I think we're going to take a
now.
break, right? Or do we want to add
I
something?
don't think it's cool.
Oh, we're going to squeeze
No,
2
I
more
need
things
that.
in. Okay. We're going to
Are you
squeeze 2
friends
more
with
things.
Teddy?
Because we're running short of time.
Okay, and your name again? Holly. Holly. All right, I'll find you right now.
Okay, we're going to take a little break, but a couple things we'll get here on this first hour. We'll take a 5-minute break, do a picture, and then we'll come back and talk about some more stuff. So one of the things that when you first get started, everybody has a lot of questions. So we wanted to just real quickly address how do you get your questions answered. There's so many things unknowns when you first start. So first of all is your eSuite training. There's so many things that a new distributor would ask me that if they ask me that question, then I know that they have not done their training. Our immediate reaction, and don't get me wrong, I'm completely available to people that I sign up, and even people that I don't sign up. But you can imagine, the more distributors and team that you sign, that your phone could be going off all day long, and your Facebook messages and everything with questions that people could and need to be answering themselves, because the best way to learn is to figure out the answer yourself. That answer is going to stick with you if you went and sought it out yourself versus someone just telling you. So when I first started, I scoured those Facebook pages. I would read some of the questions, and if I saw a question that was my question, then I could read the responses and get the answers that way. Every page that you are on has a little magnifying glass up in the upper right-hand corner. So if you want to know if a nursing home can wrap, you go and put that word, a couple of keywords up in the corner, and it can pull up every response that has to do with your question.
Oh my God, I keep singing to the floor.
Let's see here. Like I said, eSuite training, pages, the magnifying glass, look it up. YouTube. YouTube is a huge resource and still is to me. Even something as simple as redeeming your free product credit, your 120 product credit. If you go to YouTube, you will find how to do that. Just put "it works," redeem your product credit, and you will not believe the resources that are on YouTube. And then maybe not last but not least, your sponsor.
Sorry, Shauna.
So just kind of not only you do this for yourself, but then you train your team to do it that way. And as your team grows and grows, you won't be pulling your hair out answering questions all day and not growing your business. Because trust me, it can happen where you get into management mode and you're not growing your own business anymore. So it's a key piece to learn how to answer your own questions. You're going to be better off if you do, and your sponsor won't be ready to kill it. Okay. Real quick, this is something that I've never been good at, so I put this, I indulged myself and put this on the list and the agenda for tonight. How to sell a wrap on the spot. If you have sold a wrap on the spot, would you raise your hand? Just a few. Like you walked into a store, a perfect stranger, and you sold a wrap. Maybe you put it on tonight. I know Glenn decided. Michelle, you did it yesterday? Okay. Please explain. How did you do that? You want to come up here real quick so everybody can hear you? I've never done it. My confession.
I did it for the first time yesterday. I'm sorry about it. My husband and I were both wearing our It Works t-shirts because when we wake up in the morning, that's what we grab. We grab an It Works t-shirt and that's all we wear. Even if we're not going to leave the house, that's all we wear because it reminds us that we have a job that we're needing to be doing even if we don't leave the house. We were at the mall and a lady walked up to me and said, "Oh, do you do those wrap things?" And so that opened the door for me to talk to her about it. I carry wraps in my purse, and I asked her, I have a whole box. I was explaining it all to her, and I said, "Well, I have some right here. I can put one on you right now." And so she went to go check her bank account, see if she could do it. And she came back 10 minutes later and told me she couldn't do it. And I said, "Okay," but while she was checking her bank account, she told her coworker what she was doing. So then her coworker came out and she said, "Oh, this is that wrap girl." So then I got to speak to the coworker about it. And then while that's all happening, my husband was talking to the salesman. So the salesman was asking my husband about it. And so we were able to sell one wrap. We have one potential distributor, and I gave one of the ladies, she wanted to wrap that day, but she wanted the 4 for $59, so she's going to go on my website and enroll as a loyal customer. So, all because we wore a shirt.
Yeah.
Okay. Who else? Just shout them out. You don't have to come up here if you want. Who sold a wrap on the spot? Has it? Glenda, how have you done it?
Well, different ways. When I'm walking around, I always wear my leg coat if I don't have a work shirt on, or I have a button on. And my favorite one is a 62-year-old woman at the grocery store, and she seen my button, asked me about it, and so I gave her a list card. She goes, "Okay, how do I wrap?" And I was like, "I have a rep right here. She lifts her shirt up in the aisle, and I rep her. I mean, that was my favorite one.
These are scenarios that you just never see.
Yeah, she's like, whatever.
No one walks there and just lifts their shirts. Yeah.
Well, I did.
At the party thing, remember?
Interesting. Okay. Rebecca, how'd you start?
Same thing for me. I just had a T-shirt and my lanyard on in Old Navy. Somebody stopped me, asked me questions, and I'm like, well, do you want to rap right now? And she was like, here? I'm like, we could go in the dressing room, so we did.
Oh, wait, anybody else? Say,
I hit them all up.
I actually used to rap when I was at this powwow. I had to rap on it for this day, and I had to the pit restroom. And I went to shower, and I still had my rap on. And the gal looks at me, she just needed a shower. You know, I'm like, trying to explain to her in different language, you know, what I think she was like, she was all, so I'm like, I grab the thing out of my car, go, actually on her, she gives me the money.
Just by having it on, raps have no language barriers. We speak all languages, yeah. And Becky, I don't see Becky, but Becky Kane is one of our newer girls as well. Put her rap on after her workout in the gym locker room. And you can bet she got some interest as she was putting on a rap. Everybody's, what are you doing? So, and it's funny to me, it occurred to me that I'm curious as to why we don't have more men in the room when we are up here openly talking about women just coming up and lifting their shirts. Selling point? I joke. Anyway, Joan, you might want to use that. Okay. We're going to take a quick break, and we will, 5 minutes, if we can keep it to that, we're going to come back and talk about taxes.
Yay. Yeah.
And then we're going to talk about our 90-day challenge plan and some recruiting scripts. See you in 5.
What do you claim?